This section, the trainee will have learned about when and where to use the ETS, deployment, retrieval and test of the ETS, packing the pickup gear, safety considerations. Our Kutpusnes emergency towing system is ready for deployment at any time when properly installed and maintained. Never deploy the towing wire with the air motor connected to the storage drum. This will completely damage the gear and the air motor. For safe operation, follow the procedure described in the following pages. Go to the pickup gear container. Remove the locking device and open the cover by sliding it backward to the open position. Take the buoys out of the container and throw them one by one into the water. Start feeding the messenger rope and wire into the sea. Make sure the pickup gear is falling freely into the water. Note: to avoid injury to the operator, keep away from the free-falling rope and/or wire. As soon as the pickup gear is in the water, a tugboat can pick it up. When the tugboat has secured the connection, it can start pulling out the towing wire. The weak link on the storage drum will break at a pull of approximately 3.5 tons. The towing wire will then fall out by its own weight, controlled by the centrifugal brake fitted to the drum. Now the tugboat can pull the towing wire end on board and connect the open spelter socket on the end of the towing wire to the suitable towing bollard or other suitable position on the tug. For retrieval of the ETS, follow the procedure described in the following pages. Click on the buttons to view the steps in this procedure. Remove the cover on the end of the centrifugal brake on the storage drum and install the air motor. Spool the retrieval wire on the smallest storage part of the drum. When the end socket of the wire is resting properly on the drum, guide the towing wire through the split flange to the largest storage side of the drum. Spool the towing wire on the drum and monitor that correct spooling is obtained. Rinse the towing wire with fresh water while it's being retrieved. When spooling, check for damage to the wires. If any damage, we strongly recommend replacing the wire with a new one. Replace the weak link and connect the chain to the flange of the storage drum. Remove the air motor and replace the cover on the end of the centrifugal brake. For systems with a storage drum below deck, refill the sealing box with grease. Retrieve the pickup gear on deck by hand or by means of a warping head on a mooring winch. Rinse the pickup gear with fresh water and let it dry before being stowed in the container. To demonstrate a correct and safe deployment of the pickup gear and towing wire, a test procedure is described in the following pages. Click on the buttons to view the steps in this procedure. Remove the weak link and chain by disconnecting the upper shackle marked A. After disconnection, chain, weak link and turnbuckle can rest on the deck. Go to the pickup gear container. Remove the locking/cotter pins. Open the cover and slide it backward to the open position. Take the buoys out of the container and throw them one by one into the water. If high freeboard, start feeding the messenger rope and wire into the sea. Make sure the pickup gear is falling freely. When the contents of the pickup gear container is in the water, give the towing wire/storage drum a slight push until it starts turning by the weight of the wire. Let the wire run out by its own weight until the end socket hits the strong point. Observe that the payout speed is proper and controlled. Retrieve the wire by following the retrieval procedure as explained earlier. For packing of the pickup gear container, manual type, follow the procedure described. Make sure the messenger wire is connected to the towing wire by shackles. Safety considerations using the ETS are shown below. Click on the icons to see the warnings and notes. In the next couple of pages, we will now show you the operation of the forward ETS. Operation Procedure Forward ETS with OCIMF stopper. Open the OCIMF stopper by tilting up the pawl. Install the chafing chain in the stopper by means of hand power. Tilt the pawl back down on the stopper and make sure that the end of the pawl is resting in its slot, and insert the safety/locking pin in place. A messenger line, which is connected to the tugboat's towing line, to be led through the Panama chock, around the pedestal roller, further through another Panama chock, and back to the tug. The tugboat can start to heave. When the towing wire is on board, the towing line is to be connected to the chafing chain by means of a standard bow shackle. Depending on class society requirements, the bow shackle shall be on board either the ship or the tug. The tug can start to pull out the chafing chain until the chain is tight. The forward emergency towing system is now ready for towing. Operation Procedure Forward ETS with Smit bracket. Pull out the pin on the Smit bracket. Pear-shaped link. Pin. Manually install the chafing chain in the stopper. Push the pin back in place. The pear-shaped link to be used for connecting the chain to the Smit bracket. A messenger line, which is connected to the tugboat's towing line, to be led through the Panama chock, around the pedestal roller, further through another Panama chock, and back to the tug. The tugboat can start to heave. When the towing wire is on board, the towing line is to be connected to the chafing chain by means of a standard bow shackle. Depending on class society requirements, the bow shackle shall be on board either the ship or the tug. The tug can start to pull out the chafing chain until the chain is tight. The forward emergency towing system is now ready for towing.